it's not cutting out. It's
Yeah.
something to do with the sound, I think. La la la.
Okay, I reckon you're working now.
Okay, I reckon
Okay.
we're going now. All
So-
right.
so is there a
time lucky.
Delay at all?
Still a 30-second delay.
So we have to talk for 30 seconds and then we'll find out if we're on or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
go.
going.
Oh, we're all good.
Oh.
Excellent.
Third-
Third time lucky.
Third time lucky. Yeah, welcome along to the Lucky Strike Gold Show.
With Darren and Leanne.
That's it. Your turn tonight.
My turn tonight. I was on last week.
Okay, when do I get a break?
Whenever you want.
Okay.
Actually, you'll have a break over the next few weeks
Okay.
because, we'll have one next week, one live next week, and then there'll be a bit of a break because
Okay.
Talisha, who's our tech whiz, Talisha and Sam, won't be around. So, we'll have to wait till Talisha gets back to Victoria, and then Talisha and I will do them.
Okay.
And
Yep.
you'll have a big break.
Yep. We're just saying, where else would you want to be? WA. It's been, what, 22 degrees?
Beautiful and sunny.
Beautiful weather.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And there's a story a bit later on about that big nugget that was found over here. Yeah, just beautiful weather. This morning, you should have saw the sunrise. It was absolutely magic.
I didn't see it.
You didn't get out of bed early enough.
I didn't.
Okay.
Oh,
Next.
good. Okay, so stock update. We have GPX 6000s in stock at the moment. We received some on yesterday, I think. So
Yeah.
if you want one with a $1,000 sale, get in before the end of the month, definitely. Sooner the better, in case they sell out again. We also have the 7000s, which have $1,000 off until the end of the month.
It's been really good for the customers, $1,000 off.
That's right.
Really
Why not?
good.
Why not $1,000 in your pocket?
Yeah, why
great.
not?
We also have received in the store Double D, especially the 6000 cover set. So if you're after a 6000 cover set, we have them in store at the minute. They have been hard to keep up with because
The amount of
people are wanting
sixes, about the amount of sixes we've been selling, we just physically didn't have the stock, did we?
No,
You know,
the amount of sixes everybody's been selling.
yeah, true. Yeah.
We also received CC picks in again this week. So
Again, another
they're-
lot.
Another
Wow.
lot. Yep, they're going well.
Yeah.
And we got in the Lucky Knuckle booty boosters and the external speakers for the 5000s, 4500s,
Oh yeah, good,
etc.
good.
So I've got a few of those in stock. We don't usually keep that many in stock, so if you're wanting one, we've got them in now.
And the external speaker's good when it's a warm day, yeah, rather than headphones, get a bit sweaty, you know. Yeah, so yeah.
That's it. We also have new stock of They Once Raced here. So
Well, we've gone through all them.
yeah, they've been so
Gee,
popular.
when we left, there was a pile of them.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
a
wow.
massive pile, wasn't
Great
there?
book.
Yeah,
though.
they are a really good book, especially for the relic hunters
Yeah,
who are
exactly.
wanting to find some relics.
Yeah. Oh,
Gold price.
Gold price. I know it did spike I think it was Friday, because of the war overseas
Because
and
of the fear.
the
of
fear
it.
again. But yeah, I see that when midday, it's roughly about the same as what it was last week actually. It's only 40, 60 cents difference, you
Okay.
know. So it's
Yep.
not a big difference, but I expected it to go up this morning, but it didn't. It sort of stayed reasonably flat, so...
Yeah, well, it depends what they're talking about with the war,
does,
doesn't it, a
yeah,
lot?
it
and
does.
at the moment, I've heard Iran kind of wants to settle things down a bit, so
Okay.
which is smart, I think, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, next we've got a video on some trees that have been chopped by the old miners. I'll take it away.
So
Back.
we've got a little bit of a technical problem tonight.
Hang on.
A few technical problems,
Just a few.
just a few. It's hard at the best of times, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah.
Back to us, yeah.
Back
okay.
to us.
Back to us. Yeah, we've got some technical problems, so
Yeah. Look,
It's
we've got the power bank, we've got the Starlink there, we've got power running from the generator, and
got car lights on.
car lights on. It's
fire going.
It's hard.
But yeah, no, it's difficult at the best of times with technology, but out in the outback, it's very testing.
Very testing.
So we'll have to keep that video for another time, and we'll move on to the next segment.
Move on.
Okay.
Newsletter.
The gold story.
The gold
Big
story.
Gold nugget that was found. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I put it up on the Facebook, the Lucky Strike Gold Facebook page. It was on the front page of the Kalgoorlie Miner. It was 161 kilograms. Okay.
$161,000.
160. Yeah, you've got that mixed up. Yeah, yeah. So it was
no, that's right.
Oh, K.
161,000 Ks.
K. That's what it was worth. Yeah. Small writing. I need glasses.
Yep.
But yeah, it was two mates that found it. It was 895 grams, and the rumour over here is it was found near sandstone. And look, I know some big bits have been found there early days. It was probably found in amongst some rubbish. Someone's probably gone over it and thought, nah, it's too big to dig, we'll leave it. But yeah. They also found a 1 ounce nugget earlier that day.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just 25 centimetres under the ground. So it's not very far.
Which machine was it found with, do we know?
6,000 was it? Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
6,000.
Good on them.
Wow.
Good on them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know. But yeah, it was a big one to be found in Western Australia. So
yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's quite a few prospectors over here at the moment, and it's to get away from that cold, wet weather back home in Victoria. It's just absolutely beautiful.
And better prospects for gold over here. Like, it's easier, isn't it? To find
it
gold
is when
over
it's not raining.
Well, it's not raining today.
No, I'm saying it's back home. Yeah, so something smells good.
Oh, I can smell dinner.
Dinner. We've got a roast on tonight.
Roast lamb and roast chicken and roast veggies.
Yeah.
Gravy.
Okay.
Yum.
So yeah, as a reminder, get detecting. You know,
exciting.
you got to be in it to win it, as they say. And if you're not swinging, you're not finding. You know.
That's right. Got to be out there, don't you?
Yeah. The next one, you can.
So on okay, we're stopping.
We're going to go to the video again now.
Okay, we're going to go to the video now.
Okay,
We've got that
it's working.
So.
Back to the chop. It's Darren here. Something I look for when I'm out in WA. See where all the trees have been chopped down. So I know that the miners have been using that to timber up shafts, or they've cut down the timbers for a steam engine, say in the 1930s. But like, we're a fair way out in the middle of nowhere, so there's got to be a mine or some shafts around here for the old timers to be chopping down them trees. Like, you're not going to drive out in the middle of nowhere and just start chopping timbers. There's got to be a mine somewhere around here. Good.
So hope you
So he's going to pick up the boots when he comes back.
James is coming back.
Yeah, yeah.
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 James is coming. So
Yeah.
yes, so we'll hand over a pair of boots, or
Yeah.
Dave will hand over a pair of boots.
Yeah.
So they're good boots too. They're tough support.
Yeah. Light. Yeah.
Yeah,
very
really
comfortable.
light, comfy. You tip.
Mentioned Dave and Kitty were on last week again.
So
Yeah, Dave and Kitty were on the last 2 all-inclusives.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they own JB Wear.
JB boot. Oh yeah, sorry,
JB Wear.
JB's wear.
So all your shirts and jackets
Just
and boots.
Probably.
If we have a look on the back.
Mm.
So yeah, they're donating a pair of boots for the one that found the biggest piece. So
Which was Katie.
Katie.
So Katie gets a pair of boots.
Yeah, James was actually a commercial airline pilot. And he was in the new bus, and I didn't even know this, and it's my bus, and there's a button underneath there, and the seats recline.
Was it James that found that out, was it? Oh, okay.
So yeah,
so he knew where to look.
Yeah. The tip. After the rain, like a lot of the lighter minerals will shift on the side of a hill, especially in WA, because it absolutely pours when it rains here, and it will shift that lighter sand away, and might move a few rocks and that, and it exposes, you're getting closer to the ground, so you can hear them little bits a bit easier.
And you only have to look at the big dry creeks here, don't you? Like, they are massive compared to what we're used to in Victoria.
Yeah, just only probably 20 metres over there, there's a massive creek that's probably about 10 metres wide, isn't it? And just full of sand. And all that sand has moved from up the creek down. Yeah.
And didn't you say that creek was gushing with water when you were over here?
When I was over here in March, it was absolutely flowing really hard. Yeah.
And it's weird to even think that it could, by the look of it now, like there's not even a puddle in there at the minute.
No. Be good for beach volleyball, put a net up.
That's an idea.
Okay, next we've got a video over here of some raked rows, so hopefully this one works.
Not having too much luck back
We're
there.
not having a lot of luck tonight, are we?
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Good. How long does this
on
go
top
for?
of where they got a piece, but this is the giveaway to me. See the lines of rocks? They've actually raked here. They've raked all the rocks into rows and then detected in between the rows. So yeah, you don't do that for nothing. So definitely got something here, and I'd say that they've got a good piece. I'd say where the rocks are just over there in the old hole, but that hole there is probably 20 years old, so it'll be interesting to see what the guys get around this area.
Okay, that video. Look, like I said, there's a lot of things that we look for and teach what to look for over here. And to me, that's an obvious. When all the stones on the side of a hill are raked in rows, you don't do that for any other reason, that you're on a patch of gold and you've got gold. It's the same back home. They'll rake the leaves and sticks, but over here, it's the stones they rake. The rocks, yeah.
It is a bit rocky in this place, isn't it?
Yeah, in places it is. Yeah. But yeah, today we had one of our customers, first nugget he's ever found, 6.6 grams.
That's amazing.
I think Alex got 5 pieces and a couple others got 3 pieces each, and a couple 1.
They're all onto it, or pretty much all onto it, aren't they? And some of them have, like Darren just said, they have never prospected before or found gold before. So I think it's pretty brave of them actually coming out for 7 days prospecting.
There's 2, I think they're from Sydney, and they have never been out of the city. So to come out here in the middle of nowhere, like you said, well done to them.
Experience of camping even. Yeah, so it's a big learning curve.
So the tours are
we're completely booked out. In a nutshell, we're completely booked out.
So I can't sell anything because we're all booked out.
Look at the fire. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
We've got some pyromaniacs on our tour
we
this
have.
time.
Sam chopped a heap of wood and he said it's going to last 2 weeks. I think it might last 2 days. Anyway, you've got to be warm. Yeah.
It does get chilly at night. So we said how beautiful it was during the day, but it is a bit
Yeah,
chilly
yeah.
at the minute. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
All-
tours are all
booked out.
We
Can't talk
don't have
about that.
any more spots left.
The boot camps, I know some of them are filling up.
Yeah, they are filling
You
up
probably
pretty quick.
don't know
I'm not
what's
sure of the
available.
numbers actually. So
But yeah, we've got the 2-dayer at Inglewood,
20th of September,
September, the 3-dayer at Moonanbell,
on the 18th of October,
the 2-dayer at Maryborough,
on the 8th of November,
and the 5-day one at Talbot.
on the 17th of November.
Okay, so we're going to have a busy couple of months there, aren't we?
We certainly are.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't mention that we would be taking Q&As too today.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody got any questions?
Yeah.
Fire away.
We'll try and answer them. It's going to be a little bit hard, but
Why?
Talisha's going to, I haven't got a screen to look at them.
They'll be on there.
Okay.
They'll be on the
Very-
screen.
on the
Talisha
screen.
can
Okay.
do it.
Don't forget to scan the QR code to join the newsletter. There's certainly more tips and hints in that. Doesn't cost anything to join. If you don't want to join, you know, don't, I suppose. But
Words
yeah.
of wisdom. There's a little gold nugget there.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Next, we've got a Salt Lake detecting video. Hopefully, this one works.
Hopefully.
Just keep.
Yeah, I've got to keep talking for a
So what's
few.
this video about? Tell me, because I don't know.
It was just showing.
Yeah, Darren from Lucky Strike. Just thought I'd show you where we're detecting today. Bit of a salty area out there because they're all salt bushes growing there. You don't see many trees growing in the salt. But the boys are over the back there. I'll zoom in a bit if you can. Just over the back. They've just got one piece there. But isn't this lovely country? Up the back there's some dry blowings up there. You can just see. There's a quartz blow actually up on top of that hill, and all the gold has just come down probably about 500 metres right down to the bottom there. But yeah, look at the country. Magic. Okay, back to us.
Oops, back to you.
Yeah. Isn't that, you haven't seen it, but
haven't seen it, no.
it was out on that Salt Lake where I took you guys.
yeah.
It's just really nice country. Look, there would be gold out in that Salt Lake, but you would probably need the double D for the 6,000. And because we were short on space, I couldn't bring the 12 coils for the tours along. So we couldn't detect the Salt Lake, but above the Salt Lake, it was all old-timers dry blowings for a large area. And I reckon we would have pulled, 150, 140 pieces off that dry blowing patch. But it's just, yeah, and I found a Tektite there actually. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's where you found it.
found the Tektite there.
Nice.
But yeah, just, you know, it was sort of like an island, a big island, and it was all salt lakes around it. But yeah, the old timers had found gold on it. It was all ironstone and quartz coming down the side of the hill, big quartz blow there. And that's what drew my attention when I was driving along. I saw the quartz blow and I thought, I'll go over and have a look at that, and found this area. Yeah, that was our best performing area there. It was really good.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Topic.
That's right. You're going to talk about what goes into finding prospecting locations like this location that we're on.
Yeah, it's on our private lease. It's on one of our leases. But what goes into it, you know, we've got to find spots that you can get the big four-wheel drives, and I'm noticing the caravans are getting a lot bigger nowadays. So you've got to pick out a track that you can get them into.
This track was pretty hard to get into.
Well, it was through that creek. Yeah.
I was driving a bus and a trailer. I know it was very difficult to get into. So.
Yeah, it sort of dug into the sand, didn't it, going through?
Yeah.
You know, there was one spot I took a tour group, was it last year or the year before, and it took about 4 of us 4 hours to cut all the branches so we could get the vans in there, you know. So there's a lot of effort goes into it.
And that's once you've got your spot as well.
Yeah,
Like
you
that,
got
you've already got your gold location.
Yeah,
Mm.
like I generally like to camp on gold in WA because if it rains heavily over here and we're stuck here for say 3 days, at least the customers can walk out from the bus and get gold, you know.
That's right.
And you know, you've got to know where the nearest homestead is in case something goes wrong. Is there an airstrip close by? You know, there's a lot of things that go into it. Where we're camped at the moment, we're down on a flat area near the creek, even though it's a nice spot up there on the hill, but if it comes up windy, you know, it creates a lot of problems. So like you said, you've got to find the spot. You know, there's a lot goes into it, a lot, you know.
It does, and when it rains over here, you do have to stay put, don't you?
You
You can
do.
actually get fined for driving on some of the dirt roads over here.
You can.
What is it, $1,000 a wheel? isn't it?
Apparently, $1,000 a wheel, you know,
So
if the road's closed.
If you've got a road train,
you're in
you're
trouble.
up for a fortune.
Or the company's up for a fortune.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, they wouldn't have road trains on dirt roads and that because they'd get bogged. But yeah, on haul roads and that. But they shut the haul roads down because it's just too damn
They shut
dangerous.
all the roads down, don't they?
They do. Yeah. So look, there's a lot of things that go into finding spots over here. And how often, like I don't do a lot of detecting over here because I'm too busy driving around looking for spots. Peter and myself the other day were driving around. I was checking out some of my old spots to see that they're still there, they're not dozed, and there's just a lot goes into it, you know.
A lot of research, a lot of driving,
Yeah,
a lot of checking things out, a lot of logistical type stuff. You've got to make sure you've got enough room to get the amount of people you've got coming into a spot.
and it's all right doing the research. Like if you're doing the research over here, you've got to be prepared to get your car scratched. You know, because some tracks will get, you know, they might get narrower and narrower, you know.
And customers are expecting you to put them onto gold, expecting us to put them onto gold. So you can't just, you know, close your eyes and pick a spot. You have to know that there's gold there.
Yeah, and there's always the story, I always camp on gold, and yeah, we're not far from it where we are.
Well, I proved it today and yesterday.
Yeah, so...
which was the first day of the tour yesterday, first afternoon out detecting.
Yeah, I think they only got about an hour's detecting in. I think we only found one piece, you know, but...
Yeah, we didn't have lunch till like 3 o'clock yesterday. I kind of got late because you had to pick them up from the airport in Leonora and look around to go to the mines department with them. And
but tomorrow, taking them out in the bus to
do another spot.
And see how we go.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Any questions? Do we have questions, Talisha? No, it's not on there unless it's on another page. Oh, there we are.
No. No.
Looking for questions.
Okay.
You know why it's not working? Okay.
Okay, we'll get these questions up and
and
then we'll have tea because it's when the show starts back home. When the show starts back home, it's 7:30, but over here it's 5:30. So you girls are cooking tea.
We're in the middle of cooking dinner. Yeah.
And what have we got for tea tonight?
We've got roast lamb, roast chicken. We've got roast potatoes, roast pumpkin. We've got peas and corn, gravy.
Wow.
And for dessert, we've got caramel tarts, and they look amazing, these caramel tarts. And you know how I accused one of you from eating a caramel tart last night?
Yeah.
It was apparently the box was just sort of moved up, and one of the caramel tarts slid out down here. So I have to apologise, guys. You didn't eat it.
Okay. Questions. I heard a superstar will be on next live, correct?
Yeah. Superstar.
That'd have to be.
That would be Brad.
Brad from Mine Lab.
He's a superstar.
He is a superstar.
Go, Brad.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, Brad's coming over for the week, isn't he?
Yeah.
For the tour.
Top bloke.
Yeah.
Top bloke.
Yeah. So he's coming over with Phil, or to be here with Phil, who won the tour
through Mind Lab.
Yeah, through
Yep.
Mind Lab. Mind Lab offering up a tour on
Yep.
these tours. So yeah, lucky Phil.
Yeah, so you'll have a
coming along.
awesome time.
Oh, he'll have a
Yeah,
great time.
yeah.
You're
Weather's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Food's great.
Yeah, yes.
Everything's great.
I'm going to say hello to Dave and Kitty. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for being so generous with the boots too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Did you get your hair washed, Kitty? Yeah.
Oh, well, I want to know if she got her fingernails done.
Leanne got hers done.
I got
there.
mine done.
I didn't get mine done. Any tips for Tipperburra out at Gum Vale, apart from the low and slow? Nathan, look, Nathan, I'll be honest, I've actually never been to Tipperburra.
No, we haven't been to Tipperburra. But one of our tour guides has.
Dave.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny Hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny.
I see he's just come back from there.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him for some tips.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny, you're on at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, Johnny, if you can put up some tips on Tipperburra.
Look, I think why I never went to Tipperburra early days, because it was always renowned for small gold. And as you know, I like chasing the big gold. So I never went there, but
There's
I know
still big gold up there.
there
though.
is. There is. I wish I'd gone probably now. It's never too late.
No,
So,
it's not. And it looks just like WA from the pictures.
Gold Monster 2000 country, maybe.
Maybe.
A little bit of rubbish around, you know. Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe.
Are you allowed to use a drag coil in WA still? I can't see no reason why not.
I don't know what a drag coil is.
They have quad bikes, and
okay.
they'll have a large coil that they tow behind. Yeah. But yeah, that's a really good question, because you're actually, it's not hand, you know. Yeah, I've never thought of that. Yeah. But I must say I haven't seen any quad bike tracks in the Salt Lakes and that like I used to, because early days you would see them in the Salt Lake, you know, they'd follow their tracks and you know what they were doing. But yeah, that's...
Well, didn't the pastoralists kick up quite a bit about quad bikes at one stage? This is going back about 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I remember them
erosions
about
and
it.
motorbikes and
So maybe it's kind of been...
But that's a really good question, yeah.
Are they very effective, drag coils?
On the bigger pieces, I believe they were, because they were using double D coils, because a double D coil sends a blade, but what they were doing was getting the top of the coil mounted so that the blade was going sideways.
Horizontal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's easy. You saw.
I reckon it would be.
Yeah, it would be. And that's why I didn't do a lot on the Salt Lakes, because I thought, what's the point? The big pieces are going to be gone.
Is that where they used to go? Is it with the
mostly
drag coils?
Salt, yeah.
Because there's not too much, there's no trees and
No,
stuff.
yeah, they used to put the big coils like on a plastic blanket sort of thing, tipped up, so yeah, so it would go over the smaller rocks and that. But you couldn't do it here. It's just you'd rip your coil to pieces.
Yeah. So limited use.
Yeah. What coil would you recommend for WA on a 6000 Baz? Right. It depends what you're looking for. If you're cleaning up patches, either the standard coil, I would say either one of the aftermarket coils, but you can't get them.
It's pretty hard to get.
Pretty hard to get unless you've got one. But if you're looking for new ground, I would suggest the 17-inch coil from Mind Lab, because you're covering twice as much ground per swing as to one of the other coils. So that's what I would do. New ground, bigger coil, working old patches or patches, the smaller coil.
Okay.
Yeah. Any extra tours for September, October you might add, Scott?
September, October are usually really, really busy months for us. We have a lot of events on, and we already have some tours on. We're getting quite a lot of private tours on. So I suppose that's one thing that you could look at, is a private tour if you wanted to do something in September, October. But yeah, it's pretty hard.
Busy times for us, really busy times.
Busy itinerary, yeah.
Okay, where do we go? Settings for a 6000 in Maryborough, Scott. Depends on, I suppose, what coil. But look, I very rarely on the 6. I have the main bar plus 1 bar, and I very rarely take it off that. You will talk to other people. They say, yeah, turn this up, turn that up, but that's what I use because I like the machine to be running smooth so I can hear them little changes. Coils for the Equinox 800 for gold, probably this little small coil. Yeah, that get the little small 8-inch coil. 6-inch coil. Because they're more sensitive, and then work the mullick heaps, the creek systems, the cracks in the creeks, yeah, that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very popular coil. That little 6-inch one.
What land are your boot camps on? That will depend on where it is. Sometimes we go on private. If I know that there's a good spot and it's on Crown land, we'll go there.
Okay.
So there is a mix there. What's the most amount of gold your attendees have ever found?
This is from Lucky Phil.
Okay.
We look forward to meeting you next week, Phil.
Yeah. The biggest was a specimen. I think it had about 6 or 7 ounces of gold in it. Look, everyone finds gold generally, but some will find more gold than others. And, you know, it depends on your experience. If you've got 20 years experience, well, you're going to find more gold than someone that's got no experience.
Yeah, exactly. It is a learning curve. So.
Yeah. And as they say, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And it's same detecting. Like, you can take them there, but, you know, you might go around the bush to the right when you should have went to the left.
And that just comes with experience.
Experience, you know. And we do walk around and say, look, you need to try that type of ground. You know, don't waste your time there. Like, and when people buy a 6000, when we take them out for the full day's training, they learn a lot there too, you know, so. That's
right. Yeah. There's a lot to learn.
There is a lot. I'm still learning, and I started 1980, so, yeah.
That's right. How are the hot dog sales going?
Flat out. I wish I could show you. It's all lit up. It's got this big yellow light.
I think we did show it the other week. No. Yeah, everybody loves the hot dogs.
They do. It stands out in the bush like a sore thumb.
It looks ridiculous, actually.
Okay. When are you getting some more aftermarket coils in stock? That's going to be the 6000, I'd say Ian's asking.
Yes, and that's a question for Coil Tech and Nugget Finder, which I will follow this up tomorrow, Ian. I actually had on my list to follow up today because the shop was asking. Yeah. So I'll follow up Coil Tech and Nugget Finder and just see if we've got some idea of when they're coming in, or an update on when they're coming in. So hopefully not too far away for the Coil Tech ones. Yeah. I'm not really sure about the Nugget Finders.
Unfortunately, we've got no control over that.
No, and they don't have a lot of control over, unfortunately, with the componentry that they can't get. So. Okay, now Stacey, we're just going to miss your question.
She said, when the mic's off, do a dance.
when the cameras are off, we'll do a dance, Stacey.
Good idea. If you saw how I dance, you'd know.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see it.
Don't want to see it. Okay. Kitty took 3 washes for her hair. Kitty had big, thick, long hair.
Kitty had beautiful, long, dark hair.
She did.
Down to about her waist.
Yeah, and
Took 3 washes to get all the red dust out. Poor Kitty.
Anyone who prospects in WA knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. The dust gets in everywhere. I mean, 6 months after we get back home to Victoria, we're still finding red dust in our car, even though it's been cleaned. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's about it.
That's awesome.
I'm hungry.
No, there's more.
More questions. Oh, wow.
There's more.
There's more. You said it was going to be a half an hour session tonight.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope someone's checking dinner.
Uh,
Sam's checking it. That's
when
good.
will the shop get more pay
Pay
dirt
dirt in
back in
stock.
stock?
Oh.
Set?
Are we out, are we?
Oh, gee.
Okay.
Wow.
We're out.
Well, it's only the
So,
other.
good question.
Good question.
Good question.
We'll ring the shop tomorrow and yeah, find out what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they are good pay dirts, and it's actually high grade pay dirt. Yeah.
We use pure gold, so
Oh, not pure. It's whatever. Well, it's pretty close.
pure
98%
pure
probably.
gold nuggets.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Tell Pam hello from Oliver.
Oliver, Pam. Oliver,
Pam's
your
over the back.
grandson. Congratulations to Pam's daughter and son-in-law for the new baby.
Yeah, congratulations. Phil is grateful to meet
Meet and dog with
you.
you. We think he will be the camp jokester. Oh, this is Phil. This is Lucky Phil.
Okay.
He's coming next week.
Lucky Phil.
Right.
A jokester.
Great. We're looking forward to it, Phil.
Yeah,
Next week will be a really good fun
Yeah,
week. won't
you'll
it?
have an experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's
You'll never
right.
forget it.
Sounds like
Yeah.
we might have one too.
Are you heading to the Gold Bash?
Yes.
Definitely,
We are
definitely.
heading to the Gold Bash in October.
I think we've only missed one, which was I think the
very first
one they did.
That's
We've
right.
been going
Ever since.
Yeah.
Mm.
Should you bring
You bring a harness to WA.
Depends what machine you're using. Like if you're using a 7000, well, it comes with a harness. Look, the sixes are pretty light. Yeah, you should be
But
able.
still, some people still like a harness, especially if
Yeah.
they've got bad back or bad shoulders. So
Yeah, true.
it's completely
Up to you.
really.
If you've got the room, yeah, bring a harness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long are training vouchers valid for? They're valid for 3 years, Nathan. So you've got 3 years to use a training voucher
Yep.
when you buy your detector. Or
He's bought a detector.
yes, he has bought a couple.
A couple. Yeah, yeah. So look, come down. Yeah, look, we're pretty easy, and yeah,
That's it.
you know.
And
Yeah.
finally, I don't know if this is the last of the questions, but Baz says a hot dog in batter in a roll with cheese sauce and mustard.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, we've got another page.
Another page. Gee. Oh, James in the UK, he's home.
And what, he too got the red dust out of their hair. Imagine that, getting back to England and still having red dust.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he forgot his watch.
He's
didn't
forgot
he?
his watch.
Yeah, left his watch in his tent. But anyway, we're keeping
got
it
it.
in safe custody for him until next year. He said he'll pick it up next year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he said he'll pick it up when he comes over again.
Nice watch.
Nice watch.
No.
It is a nice watch, too.
No. You've got it in bubble wrap. So
Yes,
yeah,
we've got it put safely away.
What?
I've put it in a safe spot, though.
Okay.
I can't quite remember where.
Oh,
Sorry, James. We'll find it.
It's in the caravan somewhere. And don't burn the roast.
Oh, yes, that's it.
Okay, guys, I think that's it. I'm hungry. I can smell it.
Smells good.
very nice. So
Go and
thanks
make
for
some
watching. And make some gravy. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, next week is going to be a ripper because we've got Brad from Mind Lab
We've
on
got
the
the
show.
superstar on.
We have,
Phil the jokester.
and Phil the jokester in the background. Okay, guys.
All
thank
right.
you.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.